Okay, so today we're back. It's been a little while. Um, we have a really weird YouTube channel. This channel is. It gets to where I can't post videos. If I do, it kind of wrecks everything. So we haven't posted a video in about 40 days. So I thought, well, probably time I post this would be a little bit longer, closer to 45 or 50. I want to talk a little bit about sites like Facebook sites like list your exotic car by owner, bring a trailer, things like that. I've been watching the market pretty hard lately, and we had toyed around with selling the M5 because it never gets driven. It's sitting around here taking up space, and it's kind of the last go-to car that I get in to go somewhere. Probably a lot of it is so loud, and it's the most reliable BMW I've ever had. But in the grand scheme of everything else here, it's also probably the most likely to break. So I think what's going to happen here, I've been kind of fooling around looking for like a turbo 911, something like that, something crazy. And this past year, we looked at a bunch of things like that. And let's say like a 0304 with the fried egg headlights, 911 turbo. A year ago, it was probably 25 grand for one of those. And probably even less if you really shop it around. You could buy a GT3, 03, 04, 05, not 05, 04. You can find one of those for in the 30s. So I signed up for this Facebook thing. Was it list your exotic? I can't remember any damn thing. List your exotic cars for sale by owner. And the growing trend is the market on everything is going up. Kind of. A lot of people's making the market go up, forcing the market go up to sell their cars. And you see that on this. You see instead of like a 0304 911 turbo going for 25, now you're seeing going for almost 100. And I kind of stand by the theory. A lot of these cars I've owned, they're not worth that much money. And people just making the prices up. And you have other people in the comment sections egging on the seller to raise the price. It's worth more. It's worth 150. Then you see like all the new Lambos that sell new for 200, and you'll see like a Huracan, or they're selling like a 2019 for like 450 or 599. Just absurd prices. Nobody's ever going to pay that. For one, you couldn't get a loan on that to actually buy anything. If you had, you would have to get a loan on that, obviously. The second thing is, at some point in time, you're going to be sitting around with a car you paid 100 grand for that's worth 20, right? At some point in time, it's gonna catch up. I'm not sure what the final result's going to be here. What's going to force that to happen? But it is going to happen. And we're seeing all kinds of stuff. We're seeing E90 sell for 7 and 8 grand. There's no E90 worth 7 or 8 grand. It might need 7 or 8 grand when you buy it, but it's not worth that to start out with. It's just not. And the M5 market's pretty high. I think my M5 is worth anywhere from 17 to, I don't know, probably 17 to 20, just because of the amount of work's been done to it. If the market wasn't really high, it would probably be worth 15. I'm being very conservative on the prices of it. However, on this Facebook site, on Bring a Trailer, you see them bringing $40,000 and $50,000 for something that needs some work. And the moral of this whole story is you can't just make stuff up. You can't just make prices up of what you want for your car and ask that and demand you get it. And then there's people stupid enough to pay it because they think the market's there. And we would see this back a long time ago when you used to have to list cars to sell on Craigslist before Facebook Marketplace is really a thing. And you would see, let's say you're buying like a Toyota Sequoia or a Tundra, right? Let's say the market was $7,000. And then you're on there, and there's not many on there all of a sudden. It's kind of in a slump. People's not listing those for sale. and the market, some guy goes in there and asks 15 grand for his, just to be ignorant. Well, then the next guy sees that before he lists his, and he asks 15 for his, or 14,999 or some nonsense. Then the next guy comes on there and asks the same for his. That just raised the market by one guy, scared the market higher. And then eventually what happens, nobody buys those. And then people start listing for a normal price, right? And we've noticed this on the book value prices. Like on a lot of my cars, you look what the market value is. Like on our Porsche Cayman S, the book value is like 16, right? The market value is mid 20s. Does that mean you're going to get market value? If somebody has a lot of cash to buy it with, maybe. But you're going to go to your bank and try to get a loan for a car that's worth 16, try to get a $25,000 loan, they're going to laugh you out of the bank. And I think that's the limiting factor on it. The moral of this whole story is the market really high right now? I guess it's kind of falsely high, right? So be aware of what you buy, what you do. But that's our intro video. I guess we're going to start posting a few more things this week. We have some X3 drive shaft stuff to do. We have throttle body soldering to do on the M5. I don't know. We'll see what the YouTube algorithm has in store for us. We may not do that. Depends on what that wants us to do. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just the way it is. If it shifts to where we could go back to post normally, we'll do that. Until then, we're going to be on Nathan's Porsche Workshop. We'll try to drop a link for that in the description. And Nathan's MRE will be on that once a week, posting videos there. So if you want to see me and Philip over there doing stuff, come on over, subscribe to that channel. And if you see us on here, that means things shifted where we can post to get on here. It's going to be it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.